Hello, friends. This is the Familiar Feline ASMR. Today we are going to be looking through some of our final collection. We probably have about 40% of our records in here, so I can show you some of them. Here we have a Buckethead album. I think my husband just purchased this one. He's always going to the record store and picking up new ones. I am taking them in and out of a wooden crate, so hopefully that won't be too loud. I might have to edit it out, I'm not sure. And Blind Melon. I'm not too familiar with this album, but I do like Blind Melon. And Johnny Cash. I like Johnny Cash. This one does have my favorite Johnny Cash song, A Boy Named Sue. And one of the first vinyl I had to get. This is the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. One of my favorite bands. The artwork for this album is so cool. This one's mine, so I'm allowed to take it out. But I like the inserts. We're very, very particular about keeping really good care of our records. And here we have a Modest Mouse that has some damage. But I really like this album here. And my favorite Weezer album, the Blue album. Undone, Say It Ain't So, My Name is Jonas, Buddy Holly, In the Garage. There's a lot of really good songs on that one. And I also really like 50s music, 40s and 50s. This is Bobby Darin. I really, really like Bobby Darin. Let's see, this one, Not For Me, and 18 Yellow Roses are probably my two favorite songs, but this whole album is really good. And here's a Capitol Records collection from, this one's probably, let's see if there's a year or something on it, probably not. No. But let's say 50s, there's Bobby Darin, Nat King Cole, the Kingston Trio, the Beach Boys, and Roy Clark. And the Cars. This is a good album too. And Jazz by Queen. I like Queen, not usually entire albums though. This one has Don't Stop Me Now, Fat Bottom Girls, Bicycle Race. And a Woody Guthrie. I would like to get an Arlo Guthrie record, but I haven't come across a decent one at a good price. And that would be Alice's Restaurant, which I will have someday. And the Ink Spots. If you if you play Fallout 4, I think, has one of their songs on there. Into Each Life Some Rain Must Fall. I really like this album. And another old band I like is the Crew Cuts. I like this record, and there's another one of the records that I want to get, but I can never find it. So when we get vinyls, we do it, it's a lo-fi activity, so we only typically get records if we can find them at a record store. We don't purchase them on the internet unless it's a really, really rare one that my husband can't find otherwise, because he likes some pretty obscure things. So this is Alice Cooper's School's Out. looks like and opens like a desk, which is pretty nice. I think it's cute. And this is a really good album too. I was gonna go see Alice Cooper once with my friends, but the tickets were astronomical. I think it was like $75 for nosebleed seats, and this was in like 2006. So my little job at Subway wasn't paying for that much. And Dean Martin. I love Dean Martin. You're nobody till somebody loves you. That's a great song. This whole album is really good. And one of my favorites, Elton John. I need to get some more of his records. But, there's no song list on here. And T-Rex, which is a pretty good band. And some classical music. Here's Mozart. And this is List. Lists. I could never, I've never looked up how to properly pronounce his name, but he's one of my favorite piano composers. Some piano sonatas, Beethoven. And Brahms Symphony No. 4 in E minor. I really like that one. And I think that's all the classical music I brought up. I have a few of those. And the Strokes. I think this is it. Is the name of the album. But this is probably one of their best albums. Followed by the one with Juice Box on it. I'm not sure the name of the album. It might be Juice Box. But that whole Strokes album is really good. And I also really love Arcade Fire. This is Neon Bible. Except for their album Reflector. That wasn't very good. But I have the other three. So we have Neon Bible. This one is my favorite Arcade Fire album. And their first one, which I can't remember what it's called. Funeral. That's right. It's Funeral. This one is amazing. Wake Up is probably one of my favorite songs of all time, along with Neighborhood Number One or Tunnels. Another one of my favorite albums, Dave Matthews Band, Crash. I think this is the only Dave Matthews I have, but I really like this one. Too Much and 41 are really good. And So Much to Say, Two Step. All these songs are really good, except Proudest Monkey. I don't like that one. And we have Queens of the Stone Age, like Clockwork. I like this album too. And Modest Mouse. Good news for people who love bad news. I think this one probably has their most popular songs on it. The Good Times Are Killing Me. Float On. Another one of my favorites albums, Imagine by John Lennon. There's a lot of really, really good songs on here. And Neutral Milk Hotel. This one has really neat artwork on it. And David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust. This is an excellent album. It's probably one of my husband's favorites as well. And another best album ever, Depeche Mode's Songs of Faith and Devotion. This album is awesome. When I was pregnant with my son, if I would play Depeche Mode, he would stop rolling around and go to sleep. He also really liked the music after he was born because of that. So he likes it too. And Deep Purple's Machine Head, also an excellent album. And one of my favorite bands, Coheed and Cambria, and their ridiculous long album titles. Good Apollo, I'm Burning Star 5, Volume 1, From Fear Through the Eyes of Madness. This album is really great. And my favorite band of all time, Muse. This album is great. Although I forgot what this album is called. Black Holes and Revelations, that's right. But I always really liked their album covers. This one is pretty random. You've got your tiny horses on the table. This guy with his eyeball suits. We've got religious symbols and mirror suit over here. I have no idea what's happening. And another Muse. This is Drones. Another excellent album cover. I really like this one as well. It's not one of my favorite albums, but it's a pretty good one. And Moody Blues. This one is their best album. This is, Days of Future Past. And this is the one with the orchestra. And we have The Deer Hunter. This one is Act 2. I think there's 3. My husband's more of the Deer Hunter fan. And the best album of all time. Muse Simulation Theory. All the songs are excellent except for one. But this album cover was, if I'm not mistaken, created by the same artist for Stranger Things. So we have this 80s vibe and all these little weird things in it. I love this album cover. It's so weird. And the back. But this is a really, really good album, except Get Up and Fight. That song is not good. And Radiohead. This one is Hail to the Thief. Yeah. I love Radiohead. Except their first album, but this one is excellent. Let's go. This one's probably, besides King of Limbs, my favorite Radiohead album. This is In Rainbows. Weird Fishes. That's a really good one. and Jigsaw Falling into Place. There's a lot of good songs on there. And we have Pink Floyd, The Wall. I really like Pink Floyd. And probably one of my husband's favorite albums, Genesis, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. I really like, what's the name of that song? Carpet Crawlers. That's right. Carpet Crawlers is an excellent song. It's really, really weird. I guess it's based on some like weird artsy video. But it's an awesome song. And here's The Deer Hunter Act 1. This is probably the one that I know the most. The Lake South, the River North. And Wilco, which has some water damage. My husband's had this one for a very, very long time. And A Gentle Giant. I think that we probably have 2 or 3 more Gentle Giant records, but I didn't bring them up with me. All the records are kept in the basement. And here's another Pink Floyd. And now we get into my son's records. So we have the Super Mario Brothers movie record sets. Let's see if I can pull one of these out. So you can see the sleeves that they came in. We don't keep them in there though, we keep them in the plastic, but the records look cool. Here's the back. I was actually pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed this movie. It was pretty good. And the Sonic soundtrack. I think this one is for Sonic 2. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. But I have probably spent at least like 80 hours of my life listening to this record. son really only likes video game music, Queen, and Genesis. And here's The Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars record. He was pretty excited when he found that one. And let's see. This one's mine. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. I've never listened to it, but it was super cheap, so I just wanted to have it. And the music for the film 2001 and other great movie themes. So this is just a lot of instrumentals, but it's a pretty nice listen. And this is my son's as well. The Beatles' Yellow Submarine. He was obsessed with this movie for a while. So when he saw the record, he had to spend his money on it. And the last thing I'm going to show you, this is my son's Undertale record set. My son's favorite video game and album collection. There's 5 records in here. If you've never played this game before, I highly recommend it. It is a super fun game. And the artwork is really cool, and the music is really amazing. I can pull out one of the records to show you because they're all really neat. This one's like a yellow swirl. But my son probably listens to record 4 from this set at least once, if not twice a day. And I have the book of piano sheet music, so I can play some of the songs for him. And this one, I just thought it'd be cool to show you a record. And this is very scratched up, so it doesn't matter if I leave my fingerprints all over it. It's extremely warped. It's not gonna play on anything. Not well, anyway. But I can scratch it. sound. But that is all that I wanted to show you. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you can like, share, comment, subscribe, all those things are extremely helpful to me. Thank you so much for